Urgent Atlanta Falcons fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Atlanta Falcons updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Falcons fans, I hope you're sitting down because today's news is shaping up to be one of those game changers, and if you're not already paying close attention, now's the time to do it. The NFL offseason is always packed with rumors, speculations, and strategic moves that could define a team's trajectory for the upcoming season. And right now, there's some buzz that's got everyone in Atlanta talking, some serious talk coming from one of the most reputable sources in sports media. You see, ESPN, that giant in sports broadcasting, has just named the Atlanta Falcons as the top team suited to land a premier free agent cornerback. Yeah, you heard that right. The Falcons are being touted as the best fit for a high-caliber cornerback, and fans, this could be a pivotal moment for our team. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why all this fuss about a single position? Well, in the NFL, the cornerback position is absolutely vital. It's not just about covering receivers, it's about disrupting entire offensive schemes, shutting down the passing game, and giving your pass rush the breathing room it needs to get to the quarterback. In today's NFL, where passing offenses are more explosive than ever, having a lockdown corner can be the difference between a good defense and a great one. And let's be honest, for the Falcons, last season exposed some weaknesses in the secondary. There were moments where the defense struggled to contain top-tier passing offenses, and that's exactly why this news about possibly landing a top-tier free agent cornerback has everyone excited. The ESPN analysis pointed out that the Falcons have a real opportunity here. They're not just any team looking to fill a roster spot, they're a team with the cap space and the strategic need to make a splash. Atlanta has been quietly building a foundation, but the secondary, especially the cornerback position, has been identified as an area needing urgent reinforcement. The team's management has been pretty clear about their goals: improve the defense, challenge the league's best offenses, and finally get that playoff push that's been just out of reach in recent years. And with the NFL's free agency market opening up, the Falcons are in a prime position to make a move. What makes this even more intriguing is the team's overall profile. Atlanta has always been a team with a strong identity, fast, physical, and ambitious. The fans love a team that fights hard and plays with passion. And in recent years, the franchise has been trying to take that next step, to become a consistent playoff contender. The acquisition of a top cornerback could be the final piece of the puzzle. Not only would it solidify the secondary, but it could also send a message to the league: Atlanta is serious about competing at the highest level. Now, let's talk about the kind of player the Falcons might be targeting. We're talking about a cornerback who's proven himself in the league, someone who's been a difference maker on his current team, and who's hungry for a new challenge. Names are already being floated around, players with NFL experience, who are either in their prime or just entering it. Think about a veteran who's played at a high level, or maybe a young star ready to take the next step. The Falcons have the cap space to make a significant signing, and with their recent drafts and roster moves, they're positioned to be aggressive in the market. And you know what? The timing couldn't be better. The team is coming off a season where they showed flashes of brilliance but also moments of inconsistency, especially in pass coverage. Improving that aspect could directly translate into more wins, more confidence, and a real shot at making the playoffs. The coaching staff, led by Arthur Smith, has been emphasizing defense and discipline. Bringing in a top cornerback isn't just about adding talent, it's about executing a strategic philosophy, shutting down opponents' top receivers, forcing quarterbacks to make tougher throws, and creating turnovers. That's how you turn a good defense into a dominant one. The media's focus on this potential move has generated considerable excitement among the Falcons' faithful. Social media is buzzing with speculation, fans are already dreaming about the impact this could have. Imagine a lockdown corner like Jalen Ramsey or a player of similar caliber donning the Falcons' colors. The thought of that kind of talent boosting our secondary is enough to send shivers down any fan's spine. But beyond the hype, there's also a sense of realism. Teams have to be strategic with their cap and roster decisions. The Falcons are known for their smart management, and if they choose to go after a top free agent, it's because they believe it's the right move to elevate the team's chances. Of course, this isn't just about one player. It's about the message it sends to the league and to our opponents. The Falcons are serious about competing, about closing the gap with the league's elite, and about making the playoffs consistently again. And this move, if it happens, would be a clear statement of intent. It's also worth noting that the Falcons have a strong core, with young talent developing nicely on both sides of the ball. Their offense is already showing promise with quarterback Desmond Ridder, who's been gaining confidence and experience, and their running game is solid. Now, with a fortified secondary, the team could become a well-rounded contender. The offseason is a critical time for shaping the future, and this particular news has fans eagerly waiting for more updates. The NFL market moves fast, and teams often strike unexpectedly. So, the Falcons could be working behind the scenes right now, finalizing negotiations, exploring options, or even eyeing a specific player that fits their scheme perfectly. The excitement is real, and I know many of you are on the edge of your seats, wondering who that player might be, what the deal will look like, and how this could change the dynamic of the team. But let's not forget that making such a signing isn't just about talent, it's also about fit. The Falcons' coaching staff will be looking for someone who can seamlessly integrate into their defensive schemes and bring leadership and stability to the secondary. They want someone who's disciplined, who can handle the pressure of playing in Atlanta's high-stakes environment, and who's eager to prove himself on a big stage. And that brings us to the bigger picture. The NFL offseason is notoriously unpredictable, with surprises happening all the time. Free agency can be a roller coaster, some teams overpay, others find hidden gems, and sometimes, a team with cap space and a clear plan pulls off an unexpected blockbuster. For the Falcons, this potential signing could be just the beginning of a series of moves aimed at making a serious playoff run next season. They've already been active in the draft and in trades, and if they add a top-tier cornerback, it would solidify their defense and bolster their reputation as a team that's ready to contend. This news from ESPN has done its part in fueling the optimism among fans, and I think it's safe to say that everyone's eyes are now focused on the Falcons' front office. Will they follow through? Will they target a specific player? The waiting game is on, but one thing's for sure, this is an off-season story that could define the franchise's future. The Falcons have always been a team with a passionate fanbase, and now, more than ever, they're hungry for success. They're hungry to see their team back in the playoffs, fighting for a Super Bowl, and making headlines across the league. As we look ahead, it's important to remember that the NFL is a league of strategic moves, of calculated risks, and of bold decisions. The Falcons have the pieces in place, they're building a young, talented roster, they have a coaching staff that's committed to excellence, and now, with this potential move for a top cornerback, they might be on the verge of taking that next big step. The offseason is just beginning, and the excitement is already palpable. Fans are glued to their screens, waiting for official announcements, updates, rumors, anything that could confirm that the Falcons are making their move. So, stay tuned, Falcons fans, because this story isn't over yet. Whether it's a veteran star or a rising young talent, the Falcons' pursuit of a top-tier cornerback could be the catalyst for a memorable season. Imagine the defensive improvements, the confidence boost for the team, and the roar of the fans in Atlanta when that signing finally happens. It's all part of the big picture, and I truly believe we're on the brink of something special. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Falcons should go all in for a premier free agent cornerback? Who do you think they should target? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more analysis. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and we'll be here every step of the way to keep you informed. Thanks for watching, and let's go Falcons!